Ethan Marlowe was a 42-year-old night shift security guard at a local radio station in Vermont. His job was simple: keep watch over the empty building while pre-recorded playlists rolled through the night. The station was mostly automated now, but Ethan liked the quiet. The hum of machines soothed him, the glow of the control boards like a nightlight. But one Tuesday, as the clock struck 1:11 a.m., the static broke. The playlist cut out, and a voice slid through the speakers. "Ethan." He froze. No one should have been live on air, let alone know his name. He checked the studio, empty. The red light above the microphone wasn't on. Again, the voice. "You left me there." Chills clawed at his spine. He had no idea who it was, but the voice knew him. For the next few nights, the same thing happened. At exactly 1:11 a.m., the music stopped, replaced by static. Out of it, the voice emerged, sometimes whispering, sometimes shrieking, always calling his name. "Ethan, why did you close the door?" He searched the archives, combing through old broadcasts. Nothing. The tapes didn't record the intrusions. To anyone else, the nights were normal. Ethan's life outside the station began to unravel. He dreamed of long hallways lined with locked doors, someone pounding from the other side. He woke gasping, his ears ringing with phantom static. On the fourth night, he stayed in the studio, staring at the dead microphone. At 1:11, the speakers hissed, "I was in the fire, Ethan. You never came back." His blood ran cold. The fire. 20 years earlier, Ethan had worked at a different station, one that burned to the ground after faulty wiring sparked a blaze. A colleague, Lila, had died in that fire. Ethan had escaped through a rear exit, never realizing she was trapped inside. No one had ever blamed him, but the voice did. Guilt gnawed at Ethan. Each night the broadcasts grew worse. The station lights flickered. Door handles rattled though the halls were empty. Once, the vending machine spat cans of soda onto the floor, each one dented as though gripped by invisible hands. "Ethan!" At 1:11, the voice came again, closer, clearer. "Open the door, Ethan. Let me out." He pressed his palms to his ears, but it didn't help. The sound was inside his skull. He found himself drawn to the old storage room in the basement, a place he rarely visited. Dust-coated broken equipment, forgotten tape reels stacked like tombstones. Yet in the center of the room sat a charred microphone, warped and blackened. He hadn't noticed it before. When he touched it, the speakers upstairs erupted with a scream so piercing it shattered glass. He dropped the mic and stumbled back. Lila's voice followed, quieter now, pleading, "You left me in the smoke. Don't leave me again." Ethan knew he couldn't ignore it anymore. He carried the burned microphone into the studio and placed it on the desk. "What do you want?" he demanded. The static flared, and her voice filled the room. "Remember me. Tell them the truth." Tears stung his eyes. He had never spoken about that night. Not really. Survivors rarely did. But he knew what she meant. He turned on the live mic, something he hadn't done in years. His hands shook as he pressed the switch. Across Vermont, radios buzzed to life. "This is Ethan Marlowe," he began, voice trembling. "Years ago, in a fire at WNBR, I escaped. But my colleague, Lila Hart, didn't. She called for help and I didn't hear. I've carried that guilt ever since." The lights flickered violently, the air heavy with smoke that wasn't there. "I should have gone back for you," he said, choking on the words. "I'm sorry, Lila. I remember you." The static roared and then cut out. Silence. The room cleared, the choking phantom smoke gone. The microphone lay still, and for the first time in 7 nights, the clock ticked past 1:11 without interruption. The following day, Ethan checked the overnight logs. The broadcast had gone out. Listeners had heard his trembling confession, his story of the fire. Some had even called the station, remembering Lila Hart, her voice once beloved on the airwaves. For the first time in 20 years, her name was spoken again. Ethan left the charred microphone in the basement, sealed in a glass case. He didn't know if the haunting was truly over, but he felt lighter. The shadows in his dreams faded. The locked doors no longer rattled. That night, as he began his shift, the playlist ran without interruption. The speakers hummed with music, no whispers threading through the static. Ethan leaned back in his chair, exhausted but calm. He had faced the voice, faced his guilt, and told the world what he had tried to bury. The dead weren't always vengeful. Sometimes they just wanted to be remembered. Thanks for watching. Is there anything you'd like to see in a short horror story? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe.